Hello healers and health seekers, it's me, Ichota, healing with medical medium information for 3 years and 11 months now. I am healing from multiple symptoms and conditions. The main ones I would say are mast cell activation disorder, dysautonomia POTS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypothyroid, chronic fatigue syndrome, multiple chemical sensitivity, PCOS, SIBO, migraines, and there's a whole big old list. I have videos on what symptoms and conditions I've healed. I have videos talking about my whole story and my journey, but today I want to talk about my seedlings, which you might think, what does that have to do with healing? But for me, it is part of my healing journey to grow food from seeds. And I did want to update. I'm some updates behind on updating on what's going on with my seedlings. So I took some footage. I have like an update 2 and an update 3. So I'm just going to show the footage of my seedlings as I talk for my update 2 and show you kind of where they were. And so I have a grow light system, and I set up this little shelf with 3 of the shelves have grow lights, and then I have the little seedling trays, and I planted my seeds in there. And from there they grew to bigger pots. So I transplanted a lot of them into larger, like 4-inch pots, the square pots, because the square ones fit better. And it's taken some juggling and stuff like that, because when I took them from the little tray to the bigger tray to the bigger pots, those bigger pots take up more space, and I don't have enough lights to cover all that space. And we do have windows, but the windows don't get enough light during the day. It's been a tricky endeavor to rotate the seedlings around so that everybody's getting light, and some of them are outgrowing their pots, but then I have to wait for the big pots to come, and a lot of the nurseries around here have been out of things, and so it's just been a kind of a juggling thing because we can't get supplies readily. So it's been tricky to get supplies when I need them. So right now we're waiting for a lot of fabric pots to come in, but I use the ones I have, and I transplanted some of the plants into those. I'm very excited at how well a lot of them are doing. They seem to be all doing well. I've started taking them outside to begin the hardening off process so that they can be ready to just sort of be outside in their containers. So you just take them outside for a couple of hours a day at first, and then just increase the amount of hours that you take them outside, and you keep them in the shade for the first couple of days, and then you can let them have some sun, like part sun, part shade, and then you can do full sun. You just work up to everything. You work up the amount of time, you work up to whether or not they can be in the sun. And I think that's what I did wrong with the elderberry bush. The first time I took her out, I let her out in the sun and she wilted immediately. I shouldn't have done that. So I did it right this time. I looked it up on the internet. There's a really cool website that I've been using, and I find a lot of really great information there. It's called Homestead and Chill. I will link it below for anyone who is interested, but she's got pages on like how to plant seedlings, how to start seedlings, how to harden them off, what to do when you have seedlings, what happens if you have leggy seedlings, and how to handle that. And I'm trying to handle that with some of them because I do have leggy seedlings. And with the tomatoes, you just plant them lower and put more dirt, so that because they can actually root from their stems, but a lot of other plants can't do that, so tomatoes can. So that's how I can take care of that. Now, I do have a lot of seedlings right now that are outgrowing their pots, but I don't have anything else to plant them in until I can shift some things around. So I'm just hoping that that works out, and I'm hoping that the other pots will come soon so that I can move them into bigger pots so they can spread out their roots, especially like the balms. They really need places to spread out their roots because they're like, these are too small, and they grow roots really fast. Oh, and I will show you the footage that I took today. My potatoes are growing. I think that the leaves might be at the height where I'm supposed to mound dirt over them even. So cool. Here's my other potatoes. And I think But in this bag, I see a tiny little sprout right there, I think. I did put my dragon head balm out in a pot. Just happened to have that extra pot. My orange hat tomatoes are in pots here. There's another one. And there are the other three. The elderberry bush, she is getting big. She's getting new growth on her leaves. So cool. And all of these guys are kind of exploding out of their pots, and I'm waiting for bigger pots to put them in. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pot them all like I've potted the lettuce in a big, this is a 7-gallon cloth pot. And as you can see, I've got some tomatoes in some 5-gallon cloth pots. So I'm going to, these tomatoes are all outgrowing these little pots. But check out the peppers. These are my little orange bell peppers. And look, all my jalapenos have sprouted. I'm so excited about that. Oh my gosh. And then these are the mustard greens, the kale, some more lettuce. Just waiting for cloth pots to arrive so I can plant them. Over here we have more tomatoes, more lettuce. I put 3 in each 7-gallon pot. I think that'll work. And then still we have the plant shelves, but they have gotten so full because there's plants up here. And here, there's just a few left in here, the celery and the bee balm. And down here we have my herbs, my basil, oregano, dill, chives. And then here we've got borage, lemon balm, lettuce, hummingbird mint. So that's my seedlings. That's how they're all doing. They all seem to be growing really well. I'm really excited. I ordered a bunch of bamboo stakes. That's little bamboo poles to stake my tomatoes when I have them in the containers. And I'm hoping that the 5-gallon containers are big enough. They kind of really don't look like they're 5-gallon, and they don't look like they're big enough. So I might transfer them to some 7-gallon. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I've ordered a lot of pots, and it's not easy. It's not easy having a container garden when you want to grow the amount of food that you really need sort of garden beds for, but we gotta make do. This is how we make do. So one day again, I will have raised beds and be able to grow like properly, but I'll take these containers in the meanwhile. And I'm not growing nearly the quantity of food that I'd like to, but it's a good start, and it makes me really happy to do it. And it keeps my spirits up. It gives me something to look forward to, and each day it gives me something to take care of. So that is important in these times, and with everything that's going on, to have something that supports your mental health and gives you something to look forward to. And holy moly, this food's growing for me. It's gonna be so delicious. I've already been eating the lettuce because it's already big enough to be eating, and even when it was little like micro greens, I was eating it then too when I thinned out my seedlings. And It's really good. So I'm looking forward to having more of it. I want to let it get situated in its pot in the pots that they're in, before I start picking it. But I'm excited about all the lettuce. Anyway, I will try to keep making updates. If you like this video, give a thumbs up below. You can subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button over there. My content is not usually about gardening. It's usually about healing, which this ties into that to me. Anyway, you can ding the bell next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified when I post a new video. I love you, my healers and health seekers. Please tell me in the comments, how are you supporting your mental health through all of this? Are you finding something to look forward to? Do you have something that gives you joy? And if you're growing a garden, tell me about it. I know a lot of you have told me about some of your gardens, so tell me how they're coming along. I love you, and I wish you many blessings on your continued healing journey. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.